Next to the stage is freedom-fighting knitter and recent walkaway, Karlyn Borysenko.
Well, hello. My name is Karlyn Borysenko, and I used to be a Democrat. In fact, to this day, I have never voted for someone with an R next to their name. That will change in November. In fact, I would crawl through broken glass to vote on November 3rd in person, and I hope you will too. So how did I get here? Well, the first thing you need to know about me is I grew up in Vermont, the land of hippie liberals, Ben & Jerry's, and Bernie Sanders. And in fact, I'm pretty sure that I didn't even know a Republican growing up in Vermont. So when I turned 18, it just made sense for me to join the Democratic Party. My family was Democrats, my friends were Democrats, all that good stuff. Bernie Sanders was my representative, has been in public life the entire time I have been alive. Never done a dang thing, but that's neither here nor there. And then something funny happened. I was a Democrat for 20 years, and then about a year and a half ago, something funny started to happen. You see, social justice and critical race theory, this mind virus that has taken over the left, it started to invade my knitting community. Yeah, I said knitting, the thing with the yarn and the needles. You see, the thing is, I know when you guys think of knitting, you don't think of someone like me, right? Not at all. You think of little old ladies drinking tea and gossiping and all that good stuff. But there are a lot of younger knitters online these days on places like Instagram and Ravelry. And here's what happened when a social justice came and invaded the knitting community. I saw good people who had done nothing wrong have their reputations destroyed because they used the wrong words. I saw business owners have their businesses destroyed because they refused to bend the knee to the mob. And I saw one man who simply asked for kindness and empathy get bullied and mobbed so badly that he ended up in the hospital on suicide watch. And it occurred to me that these were people I had politically aligned myself with, and I was not okay with that anymore. So I started to challenge myself to break outside of this liberal echo chamber that I had created for myself, and the very first thing I watched was a walkaway town hall with Brandon Strzok and Mikey Harlow and Blair White. And I was convinced that I would not agree with a word these people said. But instead, I found people that sounded an awful lot like me. And this came as a surprise because Rachel Maddow on MSNBC had sworn to me that Walkaway was fake, just a bunch of Russian bots. Are you guys all fake? No! And so I continued on this journey, and my big graduating exercise was attending a Donald Trump rally in Manchester, New Hampshire on the eve of the New Hampshire primary. Now I have to tell you, I was nervous, and my friends, they're like, Karlyn, don't go, don't do it. These people are deplorable, they'll harass you. One woman even offered me her pepper spray to take with me just in case, but I declined and I went anyway, because you guys might tell, I'm not someone that doesn't do the things I want to do just because other people tell me not to. And I went anyway, and guess what I found at the Trump rally? I didn't see a Nazi in sight. There was no KKK, no white supremacists. What I met were good, hardworking Americans who simply had different ideas than I did about how to run the country. And I gotta tell you guys, so my walkaway journey is really interesting, right? Because I'm not a conservative. I left the Democratic Party 3 days after attending the Trump rally, but I became an independent. I'm not a Republican, I'm not a conservative. And I want to specifically speak to people in the crowd who might be like me, that you're not all the way right, but you really have issues with what's going on in this country. Because I have very different ideas than many of you about things like healthcare and environmentalism and immigration, but here's the thing. Where we all can agree is that our individual liberties are under attack by the left in this country. Things like freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom of religion. And we need that Second Amendment too, because the Second Amendment protects the First. None of these things are conservative values. They are American values. And so a couple weeks after that Trump rally, Tracy Beans actually brought me to CPAC, so I got to experience conservatism in like a whole new way. And that was where I saw Brandon Strauch speak in person for the first time. And one of the things Brandon said at CPAC was, "Hell hath no fury like a gay man scorned." Well, here's the thing. Brandon, being a gay man, probably doesn't have as much experience with really pissed off women. And I'm really pissed off. I am pissed off at the Democratic mayors and governors that are letting their cities be burnt to the ground. I am pissed off at the media who lies to us every single day, non-stop. And I am pissed off at the Democratic politicians in Washington, D.C. who are doing everything to prevent Donald Trump from doing his job. And you know what else I'm pissed off at? Cancel culture. Can we talk about cancel culture for a second? Because since I left the left, guys, I've had some canceling going on. And I want to tell you about the most recent canceling that happened. So how many of you in your workplaces are now having to do this absurd training where if you're white, you have to admit that you are a racist? Yeah, I see a lot of hands. I'm an organizational psychologist. I don't do this woke nonsense in the workplace, but a lot of other people do. It has literally taken over my industry. Well, a couple weeks back, I was doing a training for a young professionals group, and it was a series of trainings. I had done the first presentation. Everyone was happy about it. They all loved it. They all had a great time. I was getting ready to do the second one, and I get this email. "We do not need you to complete this contract." You know what my crime was? Being retweeted by the President of the United States for supporting his ban on critical race theory in the federal government. And I also found it a little bit odd because I had literally just gotten back from the walkaway rally in Dallas, Texas. I went on their Facebook page after they canceled me and they're like, "She's a racist, she's a bigot, she's a homophobe." Well, in the walkaway rally in Dallas, I spoke alongside black people, gay people, trans people, and we even had straight white men. This is a hill I will die on. Critical race theory is a disease that has taken over this country and is directly attacking our freedoms. So here's the thing. We've got an important day about a month from now, right? And I'm not going to tell you who to vote for, but I want to say that I don't think this election is really about Democrat versus Republican. I don't even think it's about Donald Trump versus Joe Biden. The choice you are making on November 3rd is if you want an authoritarian government that will take over and tell you what to say and what to think and what ideas you can consider and who you can listen to, or you can make the choice to think for yourself. And I gotta tell you guys, I can't wait. I'm geared up. I have cleared my whole schedule for November 3rd. And again, we all have to make our own choices about who we're gonna vote for, but I've always looked a little bit better in red. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of your day.